Right now, on to cutting your ingredients costs. So for everything that you use regularly, it's well worth shopping around. Ask your cake mates where the best prices are at the minute. Always consider your quality as well, though. Often your supermarkets will have the best ingredient prices, but don't overlook your big cake suppliers and Amazon. You can often get good bulk deals from places like that. Always take advantage of free delivery over a certain amount because that'll really add up over a year. If you're paying for delivery, that's part of your product costs and that needs to be covered in your pricing or else it's coming out of your pocket. Always look at the price per kilo or per 100 grams. Often it's cheaper in the supermarket for some reason to buy 1 kilo bags of caster sugar instead of 2 kilo. I don't know why that is, but it's been happening for a long time. If you've got adequate storage, look at buying your flour and your sugar by the sack. Sometimes that can save you money, but again, do look at your price per kilo. So when something you use often is on special offer, stock up. It's a no-brainer. Flora Plant Block, your baking spread tubs, they'll freeze, so buy loads when they come cheaper. Supermarket special offers, they normally come round every 6 or 8 weeks. There can be really good savings. Like I used to buy loads of Oreos when I had my market unit. Every 6 weeks they'd be half price at Tesco, so I'd just buy enough to last me for 6 weeks. It used to go really well. Big savings. So if you get your supermarket shopping delivered, as I said last time, it doesn't just save you time. You can have your apps open, different apps open, and compare the best prices. I'll sit with Asda, Sainsbury's and Tesco open and check the prices of everything I need. If there's any special offers on, I'll stock up for a few months. Don't underestimate Sainsbury's. Some things are cheaper there. They've got a really good world food selection, for big bags of nuts and seeds if you use them. Tinned coconut milk's normally on special offer there. Look for KTC and Foodco brands. I got some tinned mango pulp for on top of cheesecakes and some rose water really cheap on special offer, loads cheaper than anywhere else. And things like your Nectar prices and your club card prices as well, they can save you loads, so just stock up when they are really good. Look at what ingredients are pushing your product costs up, like your nuts. Walnut or pistachio cakes should always be charged at a premium flavour. Alcohol in Christmas cakes or mince pies, what else could you substitute? I used to do a Tia Maria chocolate fruit cake and I swapped the Tia Maria for half own brand Tesco coffee liqueur and half freshly brewed ground coffee done in my cafetiere, and it worked out loads cheaper. They tasted even nicer, and they're still kept for months and months. So there's all those ways of doing that. Something I wish I'd done sooner. I've literally only started doing this for anything other than vanilla over this last year, but making my own extracts. They taste better and they cost less as well. You basically get cheap vodka and you put vanilla pods or citrus peels, coffee beans I've got. It takes a while to fully develop the flavours, but in the long run it'll save you loads of money and get you a better product. I'll do a video about how I made mine at some point. I've even got cinnamon essence at minute. I've got a bit giddy with it. Right. Could you swap any product? If you use all butter in your sponges, could you swap to baking spread? I never thought I'd be able to do this, and I now bake half baking spread and half butter. And it works out absolutely fine. Obviously, it depends on the baking spread. Some of them are a bit dicey. But if a recipe asks for brown sugar, can you use caster sugar? If you're making cookies, granulated sugar, it'll work just as well as caster sugar in cookies. It's usually a lot cheaper. You can also whiz your granulated sugar in a food processor and make it finer, so you can turn it into caster sugar or even icing sugar. Just consider your time and whether it's worth it. You're cleaning up and stuff as well. Have you tried different brands? Always keep an eye on your quality, but if you just go a next brand down cheaper flour, you might just need to sift it, a second time to fluff it up. So it is worth trying. How much filling or frosting are you adding? Have you tried adding just a little bit less? Right, if you stack your cake layers and you trim the crusts off once they're already stacked up, your edges are going to be perfectly straight, so your buttercream or ganache is going to be nice and even, so you're going to need less. Even if you've got a standard swirl on your cupcakes, could you do a different swirl to just, even if it's only 5 grams of buttercream less on each cupcake, it will all add up and save you some money. Years ago, I cut my cookies down from 100 grams raw weight down to 90 grams. I just tapped them down a little bit on baking sheet. No one noticed. I still sold all 120 every week. Literally nobody commented. So it's worth trying out. When it comes to chocolate, right, if it's just a thin layer of ganache under your fondant, you might easily get away with the cheapest chocolate, especially if you're using white chocolate. For rocky roads, you might need a bit better flavour and temper. Depends on who your clients are and what occasion are they buying for. If you're making everyday treats for kids, your cheap chocolate's probably absolutely fine. But if you're catering for all adults for special occasions, they might expect something a little bit more upmarket, a Belgian chocolate. When it comes to cake boards and boxes, you can often get them in bulk discount. Do make sure the quality's still there. I bought 50 cupcake boxes off Amazon a couple of years ago and they're absolutely terrible. So do be right. Again, just ask people on Facebook, in the cake group, see what they've got good that they've been happy with. If you sell some brownies individually, bake them as I do in your square tins instead of in the foil trays, and that'll save on your foil trays. So yeah, asking cake groups for recommended suppliers to help cut your costs down with ingredients.